Good morning, students. I'm your social teacher. Today, we are going to discuss about human rights from the civics. Civics means we are going to study about the civil rights. That means the rights and fundamental duties of the people. Likewise, here today we are going to discuss about the human rights. What are the rights we have? What are the obstacles for the our rights, and what are the things or happen in the modern period, and how the government taken the steps to improve the quality of life of human. So these are the things we are going to discuss in this class. So here the lesson travels through the history of organization for human rights. So in this lesson we are going to discuss about the formation of human rights and how it was formed and what are the factors behind in the human rights organizations. So these are the things we are going to discuss in this lesson. So here we are going to discuss about one personality, a famous personality of India, who was Mahatma Gandhi ji. When he was traveling to South Africa in 7th June 1893, while he was pushed by and get down by a railway station master because of his color. That means he was in black, so he is considered as black. So here in the South Africa, in the Pretoria, in South Africa, white men objected the person's presence of a non-white man in a first-class carriage, and a person was ordered to move to the van compartment and end of their train. The man who had the first-class ticket refused to leave him was thrown off the train at Petersburg. That means the Petersmaritzburg. Shivering in the winter night in the waiting room of the station changed the course of his life. He took up the fight against the racial oppression. The spirit of inactive non-violence started from the movement. So here that Mahatma Gandhi was pushed down by that station master because he was in black. So he was a black. So there was a racial discrimination in the South Africa. The whites were considered we are the superior, the blacks were considered we are the inferior. That is why the people of the South Africans, natives, that means the native South African, native people of South Africa, they were refused to their fundamental rights also. They were ill-treated by the whites. Likewise, the Mahatma Gandhi, he was Indian. He was an Indian lawyer. He went to South Africa, and he had a first class ticket in hand, but he was pushed down by station master. So he was suffered a lot in the station. So that is the turning point of the Gandhiji. So come into freedom movement. So Mahatma Gandhi made the momentous decision to stay in South Africa and fight for the racial discrimination against the Indians. After the struggle emerged the unique way of protest non-violent satyagraha. The first time here he followed the non-violent form of satyagraha. So satyagraha was the famous one of Gandhiji in India. Through this non-violence he got freedom. Before this he experienced this non-violence in South Africa. The human being, Gandhi had all rights to travel in the first class compartments. He fought for the racial discrimination that prevailed, that was practiced in South Africa. Finally he got victory, and he made that all the peoples can travel in the first class compartment with equal to white people. So here, so what are the human rights? First we are going to discuss about the human rights. The rights inherent to all humans regardless of race, gender, nationality, ethnicity, language, religion or any other status, without any discrimination, without any status. A person who had all those rights in his birth. So this is called human rights. The UNO defines the human rights like this. So another one, that Human Rights Day is celebrated every year on 10th December. The history of human rights has roots in all the great events of the world, and it has the sustained to struggle for freedom and equality everywhere. So October 24 is UNO Day, because the day is celebrated as the UNO Day. So Human Rights Day is observed on 10th December. This month we are going to celebrate the Human Rights Day. And here Nelson Mandela, we are going to discuss about one major personality, and a famous personality is considered as the black in the African Gandhi. So that is a person was a Nelson Mandela. So Nelson Mandela, who spent her life for 27 years in prison. Apartheid was a racial highest form of discrimination that existed in the South Africa. So already I told you, the Mahatma Gandhi also fought for the racial discrimination in the South Africa. So likewise here, the Nelson Mandela, who was the native people of South Africa, he was in black people, but he fought for that racial discrimination. That is the reason he was sentenced to 27 years prison. For prison, so it was the governing policy of the country by the minority whites over the majority non-whites. But here in the South Africa, the majority people of non-whites, but the minority people were the whites. Although the minority people, so white people, the majority non-whites, the majority non-whites means the black people, the white people dominated the blacks. The people of South Africa protested against the racial discrimination. So here the Nelson Mandela raised his voice against the apartheid. Apartheid means, already told, racial discrimination, the black and white people, that is called racial discrimination. When he organized the defiant campaigns against the government, he was imprisoned, aimed growing domestic and international pressure, and with the fear of the racial civil war, President F.W. de Klerk released him in 1990. In 1990 only he was released by the president of F.W. de Klerk. Before this, he spent his life for 27 years in prison. The effort taken by Mandela and de Klerk put an end to apartheid. In 1994, a multiracial general election was held. It was the historical one in the South Africa in 1994. Multiracial general election was held in the Mandela led the African National Congress to victory and became the president of South Africa. So this is one of the most important thing, historical event. Here that we are going to see about the UHDR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is a milestone document in the history of human rights. It was drafted by the representatives with different legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world. The declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris on 10th December 1948. So General Assembly Resolution of 217A. So it is the common standard of achievement of the all people and all nations. The first time it sets of the fundamental human rights to the universally protected, and UDHR has been translated into many languages. There are 30 articles in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It's a very important one. There are 30 articles. We have the Constitution in the present days in our country. It has the 445, more than 445 articles. Likewise, here the Universal Declaration of Human Rights also has the articles, 30 articles. So it freedom, experience as well, civil, political, social, economic and cultural rights. So these 30 articles deals about the civil, political, economic and social and cultural life of the people. These rights apply to all people irrespective of race, gender and nationality, as all people are born free and equal. So all are born free and equal. So likewise it is the main objective. So here the social, economic and cultural rights. So first one, that social, economic and cultural rights are the integral part of the human rights law that was developed due to the aftermath of World War. The social rights are necessary for full participating in the society. The social rights and political rights and economic rights, these are the three rights. Economic rights guarantee every person to have condition under which they are able to meet their need. ஸோ தட் மீன்ஸ் ஒவ்வொரு மனுஷனும் அவனுடைய தேவைகளை சந்தித்து அவனோட தேவைகளை நிறைவேற்றிக்கிறதுக்கான வழியை செஞ்சு கொடுக்கறது தான் இந்த எக்கனாமிக் ரைட்ஸ். தட் மீன்ஸ் ஆல் ஆர் ஈக்குவல். There is no discrimination on the basis of any thing like poor, rich and poor like this. ஸோ இப்போ ஒரு ஏழை இருக்கான்னா அவனுடைய வாழ்க்கை தரத்தை உயர்த்தணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா அவனுடைய சொசைட்டியை சோஷியல் கண்டிஷனை இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றதுக்காக அவனுக்கு கவர்மெண்ட் ஒரு சில ஸ்கீம்ஸ் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரிங்க cultural rights are the human rights that aim at assuring the enjoyment of culture and its components in the conditions of quality, human dignity and non-discrimination. These are the cultural rights. So assuring the enjoyment of the culture. The human rights are that aim, culture and components of conditions, equality, human dignity and non-discrimination. இந்த மூணு தான் கல்ச்சுரல் ரைட்ஸ்க்கான ஒரு காம்பனன்ட்ஸ். சிவில் அண்ட் பொலிட்டிக்கல் ரைட்ஸ். Civil and political rights protects an individual's freedom from infringement by the government. So the civil and political rights protects the individual's freedom. அது தனிப்பட்ட ஒரு மனிதனுடைய சுதந்திரத்தை பாதுகாக்கிறது civil and political rights. These rights ensure one's ability to participate in the civil and political life of the society and the state. So a person can participate in the political life of in the social life of the state, that means the nation. The term civil rights refer to the basic rights afforded by law of the government to every person regardless of race, nationality, color, gender, age, religion. So this is called the civil rights. சிவில் ரைட்ஸ்னால் என்ன? ஒரு மனிதனுடைய அதாவது அவனு பிறக்கும் போதே வரக்கூடிய ஒரு வித உரிமைகள். அது எப்படி எல்லாம் இருக்குன்னா அது எப்படி கவர்மெண்ட் எதை கொடுத்துருக்கணுமா எவ்ரி பர்சன் ரிகார்ட்லெஸ் ஆஃப் ரேஸ், எந்த இனத்தில் வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம், எந்த கண்ட்ரியில் நேஷ்னாலிட்டி எந்த வேணால் இருக்கலாம், என்ன கலராக இருக்கலாம், எந்த ஜெண்டராக இருக்கலாம், மேல் ஆர் ஃபீமேலாக இருக்கலாம், எந்த ஏஜ் குரூப்பாக இருக்கலாம், எந்த ரிலீஜியஸ் பீப்புளாக இருக்கலாம். யூ ஆர் கால்ட் citizens. So we have rights. So the political rights exercised in the formation and administration of a government. So the civil rights, political rights என்னன்னா ஒரு அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேஷன், கவர்மெண்ட்டை அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேட் பண்ணுறது தான். given the citizen to the citizen by law. These rights give power to the citizens to participate either directly or indirectly in the administration. Okay children, today's class is over. I will send the question answer with this link. Copy it and study it. Thank you.